the U.S. in any sort of a conflict with the Houthis?
In a sort of a conflict with the Houthis. We are not in an armed conflict with the Houthis per se. That said, as I said at the top, we're going to do what we have to do to protect ourselves, our partners, and merchant shipping. And we've done it in the past. We'll do it again in the future.
No.
That sounds a little bit like a conflict.
We are protecting and defending freedom of navigation. We're protecting and defending our ability to operate in the region, in the Red Sea and surrounding waters.
Does the president have any regret over delisting the Houthis as a terror organization? Is he reconsidering that at all?
I've already said that we are going to review that decision.
What did you say?
When?
No, we are. I said it a couple of weeks ago that we're going to take a look at that decision, and we still are.
On the results?
I don't have a date certain for you or any outcome to brief Jackie, but we said we're already going to take a look and review that decision.
And on the supplemental, the House Speaker said yesterday that the failed vote in the Senate is proof that Senate Democrats don't have support for their partisan position. What is the White House response to that?
The president believes, and he said this to you yesterday, that the immigration proposal, that's gone nowhere up on Capitol Hill. He also believes that border security needs to be enhanced. So it's, for the president, it's both a policy issue, immigration reform writ large, and a security issue.
The gap seems to be between what the president is offering, which we don't have many details on, and what Senate Democrats have been willing to put into a package. Because we haven't gotten a lot of the details on what that negotiation offers, can you characterize any distance between, what the president is willing to do and what Senate Democrats may not be willing to embrace? And moreover, should Congress stay in session until this is finished?
Wow.
There's probably a reason why you don't have perfect visibility into what everybody's saying behind closed doors, and I think that's appropriate. We're not gonna start negotiating in public. And you heard the president say himself, he's willing to negotiate in good faith with the Republican side as well. But they've got to be willing as well. This is about compromise. And in a compromise, nobody gets everything that they want. And the president understands that from a long career in the Senate, and he's willing to have that as a starting point of the conversation, with an understanding that compromise means nobody gets everything they want. But that's not what we're hearing from the House side, the Republican side in the House. It's kind of a take no prisoners approach, all or nothing. What we want and nothing but what we want. And that's just not negotiating in good faith.
Really?
Back on Venezuela, Southcom announced that it was going to be conducting flight exercises over Guyana today. Is that timing meant to send a message to President Maduro about U.S. support for Guyana and its territorial integrity?
I'd be careful drawing too strong connective tissue between routine military operations that we do in the region and this particular issue. That said,
Wait, what?
as I said before, we recognize the sovereign territory of Guyana, and as we do with many nations, sovereign nations in the region, we conduct operations and exercises as appropriate.
How far would the U.S. be willing to go to show that support? Would it be willing to help Guyana maintain that territorial integrity?
You mean militarily?
Yes.
I'm not going to speculate about that kind of a thing. What I said yesterday stands. We want the internationally recognized border recognized. We want
Bunch of fucking bullshit.
we want these two sides to work it out diplomatically. We've already expressed our support for the 1899 arbitral award, which set that boundary. And as I also said yesterday, we don't want to see this come to blows. There's no reason for it to.
Does the U.S. have any concerns about Israel considering exploring the possibility of using seawater to flood out some of the tunnels used by Hamas beneath Gaza right now? Among the possible concerns are there hostages in those tunnels? And also from the Palestinian Water Authority, I think it is, they say that this would have devastating effects on the aquifer that's beneath there that would make this land unusable in the future if it's to, as it would be retained by the Palestinian people.
I would just say that, as we have said many, many times before, while they go after this very legitimate threat, we continue to urge our Israeli partners to do it in a way, as Secretary Blinken said, how they do it matters, in a way
He didn't fall!
that minimizes the risk not only to civilian life, certainly to our hostages, or the hostages, but also to civilian infrastructure.